Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another car video. Don't get in the player game unless you're ready to fight. Yeah, yo. Oh, man, you know something? You know I got some stories, right? I remember years ago, right? I'm at an expo, major expo. It was a black expo, man. I was selling some books, right? Selling some copies of Nice Guys and Players. Become the man women want, right? Let me adjust this over a little bit. Alright. Anyway, right? So, alright, and I was there with my girl. She was fine. I mean, dudes were checking her out all damn day, which don't bother me because it helps to sell the book, right? And there was this dude in the booth next to her. He kept looking at her. And, you know, I peeped it because, you know, Ron keeps his head on the swivel. I see everything around me, right? And I ain't think anything of it, right? And he kept looking. He ain't come over, though, right? But then I went to the bathrooms, right? I come back, dude at the table getting his rap on, right? And for reasons I'll say in a minute, I was kind of annoyed by that, right? I was like very annoyed, really, but for reasons I'm gonna get into in a second, right? So I stepped to him, right? Now, even though this big motherfucker was 6'5" and shit, he was backing up like a bitch. I mean, a straight bitch. Actually, I had more problems with him backing up like a bitch than I did with him trying to holler at my girl, to be honest with you. Because I'm like, shit, this motherfucker 6'5" and shit. You know, I'm just a little bit shy of 5'11". And this big ass nigga was backing up like a little girl. But if you know, I was, you know, a few years later when I was a little bit less civilized, I would have just went to his jaw right away and didn't give a fuck about where we were at, right? But you know, he just backed up like a little girl. You know, slink back. I ain't see him back the next day. I wonder why. But you know, that dude risked the ass whipping over some dumb shit, right? And this is why I say that, right? I had actually even, and this was before that, right? This before I got with that particular girlfriend, right? I was at another place selling some books. This was a little bit smaller, right? I'm sitting there chilling, set all my stuff up. I'm sitting there chilling. All of a sudden, this dude and this fine ass female came up. I mean, she's so fine. I can name, it's a name of a minor celebrity that was trying to go hard and get at her and stuff. Some people, he's still around to this day, but I ain't gonna call his name, but he was trying to get at her. I would found out later, right? Anyway. Damn, dude. Yeah, man. Rednecks. Anyway, right? We were, you know, I saw a dude and a woman together, right? And they were flowing pretty nice, so, but I was like, damn, she fine as shit. So she was setting up. I was sneaking looks at her, but I ain't like stop and stare and stuff, man. I was being a little subtle about the shit, right? And as soon as she left, right? Not as soon as she left, I went up to dude and I said, yo, man, hey, what's up, man? That sister with you fine as hell, man. I don't mean any disrespect. Are y'all peoples? And he said, nah. And then he gave me some insight. And me and her cool to this day. And that was about 20 years ago. Me and her still cool to this day. Be getting mad. She be getting mad I don't be calling her enough. But my point was how I handled that. Now, my point about the fighting and everything, right? If you're going to really be, you know, you got a bunch of cats, right? They listen to these videos, they go to seminars, they pick up some books, right? And I'll be looking at them and I'll be like, dude, you don't really need to get into this, man, because you don't look like you can handle yourself in a fight. You know? Seriously. I mean, you never know. Even with, you know what, even if somebody's taking martial arts, there's a big difference between fighting somebody in a dojo or something where it's controlled and fighting somebody in the streets where they trying to kill your ass. And I'll be looking at some dudes and I'm like, dude, you might not be built to be fucking around with a lot of women and shit, man. Real talk. might not be built for it, man. You gotta really think about it, especially if you want to be trying to approach women in the streets. Cause it kill me. You get these cats out here who talk about they gonna walk up to women in the streets, and I was watching what's his name, O'Shea Duke Jackson, right? When he had Sinful to P on there. And I like something that Sinful to P said. He was talking about you gotta observe shit. Cause I seen many of dudes, they see some woman, right? But they don't look around her or see who's around her or who's behind her. And they think, oh, I'm gonna get my rap on. And I've seen some dudes get this shit fucked up over that shit. And there's been some dudes that got killed over trying to holler at somebody's woman or something. Look, if you gonna be in there, you gotta be ready to throw hands, because I'm gonna tell you what, I don't give a fuck what anybody say. Y'all can call them simps, whatever. In fact, some of y'all motherfuckers don't need to be calling another man a simp, because they'll fuck your ass up. Real talk. It's one thing to do it online, because online gives you some courage and shit, because you behind a computer or whatever, probably 1,000 miles away from a person you're talking shit to, but a lot of that same shit ain't gonna go on out in the streets. Because despite what some people say, most people, if they're gonna interact with a woman, they ain't gonna be online. And even if you interact with them online, you still gotta meet them in public. You still gotta meet them somewhere. So when you do that shit, you never know what can go down. Because I've seen some dudes, they be out, I've seen videos of it. Shit. I see some of those street videos or something. I saw one video, dude out with some dude's woman or something. He came in and started fucking his ass up. Like, if you want to do that shit, you get some people talking about, dealing with some other man's woman or something. Your ass better be ready to fight. Sometimes even if you ain't. I got a couple stories with that, man. There were a couple times, man. I remember I was working on this retail job, and some dude came up to the job and stuff. He knew his girl was cheating, and he looked at me. He looked at me ready to fight, and I'm thinking to myself, dude, your girl, I'm thinking this now. I'm just looked at his ass, right? And I think I just said to him, dude, I ain't the person you need to be thinking about. And just left it at that, right? But, I'm thinking myself, I'm like, damn, man, your girl got like that big ass herpes sore on her damn lips, but you think I'm trying to get with her? But I was just the first person he saw. I don't know. Sometimes I take that as a sign of like, yeah, this nigga look like he'll be the type fucking my girl. I don't know. But check it out, right? That was one time, and then I remember when I was living in this apartment building, right? I was living in this apartment building, and there was a nice sister there, Jamaican sister, right? And me and her were real cool. Something could have happened, but didn't. Because the way the building was, anybody coming in there always had to come through her. They had to sign in and all that good stuff. So it wasn't in my best interest to mess with her, because she saw everybody coming in and out of my place. Right? But she was having some trouble with her man, and he coming up there, he actually pointed to me. I'm sitting there chilling. He didn't even know me. He said, yeah, you going up to his apartment. And I'm shaking my head. I say, nah, dude, I'm not the person whose apartment she going up to. It's like, be her cool and stuff. Shit. It'd be some real issues if I was messing with her. But even then, in like 2 instances where I ain't even doing anything, you gotta be ready to fight or something, man. Y'all gotta understand, people kill over pussy, man. And some dudes, and I can tell these dudes ain't really got any street in them sometimes. They be saying, I did this and that, but I'm like, you gotta watch it out there, man. It ain't just about messing with the woman, because like I said, you can see a woman walking and don't realize she walking to her man's car. It's like Sinful to P said in that interview on O'Shea's channel. You gotta be observant, even in a club or something, because you get some married couples, they like to role play or something. They like to role play and act like they picking up each other in the club or something. Because even in the club, I'll sit back and look at a woman. I don't care how fine she is. I'll sit back and say, all right, who doing what? How she acting? What's her body language? She look like she waiting for somebody? Because a woman will look a certain way when she's waiting for somebody. But see, some other dumb motherfucker just go roll up on her without thinking about it. And then you got a crazy motherfucker. Like motherfuckers will kill to keep their pussy straight. Shoot, cause I don't care what women try to. You got these women out here trying to talk about how free they are and all that shit. Shoot, once a man stick his dick in a woman's pussy, he's thinking that's his pussy. If he put a ring on it, that's his pussy. So a motherfucker, and I've talked about boundaries before on videos. If that man's taking her into his boundary, he feel like you violating it. Shoot, and I'm just being real. If you want to play that game, I ain't saying don't play the game, but if you want to play the game, make sure your hands are good. Shoot, make sure the hands are good, or at least you got the mentality like you ready to throw hands with anybody at any given moment. Because I'm telling you, man, I had a lot, like I said, I told about those 2 times, but see, sometimes if you get some crazy dudes, their imagination is, wow, that shit. I remember another time, man, when my sister, rest her soul, was in, just getting in this nursing home, right? And her social worker gave me like her private number, to contact her if she needed to contact me, right? All of a sudden, I get a call, and it's some dude. And he's like, why you in my woman's phone and all that? And yeah, I'll fuck you up. I say, hold up, calm down, son, calm down. Before, because one, you don't know me. I could be a crazy motherfucker who would dismember you and shit and leave your body somewhere in a public place at that. You don't know anything about me. You need to calm down and stuff because, your woman is a social worker, right? And he's like, yeah. Okay, well, my sister is one of her clients. So you need to calm your ass down. So, I had some total stranger hitting me up. In fact, I had a couple. Man, I've had so many times, man. So many times. I had another. I remember when I was young and stuff, man. All I did was slob the woman down on the damn porch. That's it. They ain't get no pussy, nothing. All of a sudden, some dude calling me up. Like, why you kissing my woman? I'm like, well, why she give you my number and stuff, man? She playing your motherfucking ass. A couple times, man. I got so many stories behind that. But my whole point is, if you're going to play that game, and straight up play that game, your ass better be ready to throw down. If you some punk ass motherfucker, nah, they ain't for you. You ain't built for it. Real talk. Too many dudes get out here think it's just gonna be they gonna fuck the woman and then walk away. Nah, man, there's always some shit with it. And you get some women, because I actually almost got into one dude, an ex-girlfriend, who told her current boyfriend that I was talking some shit about him. That motherfucker actually came to my door. And we about to fight right in front of my door. And he didn't know I could almost go to case there. And I would have been justified because he came to my residence. I'd have got off, but still could have been some problem. And I looked at him, I invited him in, gave him a beer, and said, hold up, man. Why she trying to get us two to fight? She might have a third person somewhere laughing at both of us. But whatever the case, whatever circumstance, that shit happens, and you just gotta be prepared. You gotta be prepared. If you're not prepared, like I'm being real talk, man. A lot of people wanna get into this and have some fantasy like they're gonna be some Hugh Hefner or whatever, and everything gonna be chill, man. But there's a grimy part of this shit, man. The real game out here is some grimy ass shit, man. There's a lot of shit to it, man. I was just hollering at a player, man, talking about his windows got bust out. I think I mentioned that in my last video. Shit, it ain't always the woman coming after you or some shit. And sometimes it ain't even a dude that she messing with. Like I said, once many men stick their dick in a woman, they feel like that's their woman. I don't care what the woman thinking. So it's always some shit, man. Always some motherfucking shit, man. So if you ain't prepared for that shit, if you are not prepared for that shit, it ain't for you. You ain't built for it. I'm just being real with you. I'm gonna give y'all some real shit. I ain't giving y'all some like fantasy shit. I'll give y'all some real poop on some shit. Real poop on some shit. That was redundant as fuck. Anyway, that's it, y'all. Got this glare. I can't even see how I turn this shit off. All right, y'all. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace and blessings.